never forget the great Monday night miracle in the playoffs against Calgary. The 1990s, without question, that's the era of the great Brett Hull. And now, the Chris Pronger era. Blues hockey, stronger than ever, entering the new century. Center, a new name, same building, and it's a new season here in downtown St. Louis. It's a sellout crowd on hand as the Blues have their home opener, getting their first look ever at the Minnesota Wild. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Game 5 with the first at home for the Blues. I'm Ken Wilson with Bernie Federko, Dan McLaughlin also with us. This place is rocking, folks. Bernie, the excitement of opening night is always great, and the Blues already have started the season well.
That's the beauty of it, to go on the road, win 2 of the 4 games, get a tie. Now they come back to their own building, and they have to play better in this building, Kenny, than they did last year.
The Blues tonight will be without Chris Pronger after an altercation Wednesday in Los Angeles.
Chris Pronger was suspended, and I don't agree with the call, because I really believe that Chris Pronger came off to the on a line change, Kenny. First of all, he also came to protect one of his players, and that's part of the game of hockey. This is the gentleman, Buchberger, with the big hit, and this was a late hit, and the league wants to cut around, cut off the hits to the face, to the area, and you can see where Pavel Dimitra got that. In fact, he broke his nose on that play. Chris Pronger, in the course of the play, as you see him come off the bench, he was on a line change. He took control in his own hands, and he did get a hold of Buchberger, and very unfortunate, Kenny, that he got suspended before that, because I really believe that is part of the game.
Now, the referee in that instance could have given a 2-minute, 5-minute, and 10-minute misconduct as he did. He also could have given him a game misconduct. It could have gone either way, and of course the league gives him a 1-game suspension. But what a game that was Wednesday night in Los Angeles. You know, tough breaks early. Blues get down 4-0, but what a comeback in the third.
It really was. This was absolutely sensational. They didn't get the breaks early. Pavel Dimitra with a shot off the post, a goal that was disallowed by Jochen Hesch, but there was retribution in the third period. Pavel Dimitra started things off, his first of the season, going to the net, going to hard. We saw Pavel score a lot of goals like that. That was a big one that got the Blues started. And then, of course, the game tire with less than a minute to play. It was Jochen Hesch this time. His retribution, he got a big goal. The Blues got a big, big point there.
Time now to turn to the keys to tonight's game, brought to you by your St. Louis Metro Ford dealers.
The Blues really have to be careful tonight. They're coming home. They have to come out with the attitude. They had 24 wins in this building. They got to get better than that. They can't get overworked. It's usually that first game back after a long road trip. Very difficult to play, but the Blues are not going to be able to get outworked. This Minnesota team is going to come out hard. The Blues have to be ready. They have to outwork the Minnesota Wild.
You always have to worry about expansion teams. Dave King, who had been the coach in Calgary, led the Columbus Blue Jackets to their first win last night in Calgary. Now, you know, and I know, that Scott Bellerin and Jamie McLennan, playing for Minnesota, want to win this game.
Well, Jamie and both Jamie and Scotty have a lot to prove. They did not want to leave this team. They wanted to be here, so there's extra incentive, and I'm sure that's what they're telling everybody in that Wild locker room, that we have to be ready for this game.
Let's go downstairs now for the player introductions, and Tom Calhoun.
Number 28, defenseman Todd Reardon.
Like you fans in the stands, we're burning up the ice. Coach Q, you.
Number 32, center Mike Eastwood.
Yeah, it's the Blues' turn now.
Number 33, left wing Reed Simpson.
Can't lose. We are St. Louis, the home.
And a finalist last season for the Frank Selke Trophy for Best Defensive Forward, number 26, Michael Handzus.
Come on, St. Louis.
Now, let's meet the goaltenders.
Universe, the no.
Number 35, Brent Johnson.
We are the Blues.
And last season's winner of the William Jennings Trophy for fewest goals allowed, and a finalist for the Vezina Trophy for best goaltender, number 1, Roman Torres.
It's the news.
say hello to the Blues defenseman. Number 6, in his first season with the Blues, Sean Hill. Number 27, rookie Bryce Salvador. Number 29, and another Blues rookie, Alexander Havanoff. Number 37, Jeff Finley. And number 55, in his first game with the Blues, Vladimir Chebaturkin. And now, let's meet the Blues forwards. Number 9, Tyson Nash. A former Phoenix Coyote in his first season with the Blues. Number 10, Dallas Drake. Number 12, rookie Ladislav Nagy. Number 15, Marty Riesener. Number 17, Jochen Hescht. Number 21, Jamal Mayers. Number 22, Craig Conroy. And number 23, Lubos Bartechko. Skating is in his first game with the Blues, number 34, Reed Lowe. And the Blues' leading scorer last season and winner of the NHL's Lady Byng Trophy for fair play, number 38, Pavel Demitra. And the current leading goal scorer in the National Hockey League with 6 goals in the Blues' first 4 games, number 48, Scott Young. And now the Blues captains. With more than 1,000 games played and 1,000 points in his stellar NHL career. Now in his 7th season with the Blues, number 2, assistant captain, Al McInnes. He averaged better than a point per game and recorded his 1,000th point last season. Number 77, assistant captain Pierre Turgeon. And now may I direct your attention to the Blues bench to introduce the captain. Last year's Norris Trophy winner as the NHL's best defenseman, and the winner of the Hart Memorial Trophy as the most valuable player in the National Hockey League, number 44, Chris Pronger. The Blues assistant coaches are Mike Kitchen, and an original member of the Blues, Jimmy Roberts. And the head coach of the Blues, last year's winner of the Jack Adams Trophy as NHL Coach of the Year, Coach Q, Joel Quenneville. Ladies and gentlemen, the defending Central Division champions and winners of last season's President's Trophy, your 2000-2001 St. Louis Blues.
Chris Pronger tonight. Their home opener coming up next against the Minnesota Wild.
Charles Glenn with the national anthem. Welcome back to Savas Center. The goal is brought to you by Dodge. Starting tonight for the Blues, it's going to be Mr. Johnson. He's going to get his second start. He only let one goal in his only win. And for the Wild, it's going to be Jamie McLennan, former Blue. He is 0-1 on the year. Goals against average of 3.05. The officials for this game are going to be the two referees, Mark Jonette and Tom Cowell. The linesmen are Steve Miller and Brian Mock.
Let's take a look at our Casino Queen lines. You might note that Reed Lowe is in there. That's a notable change. Reed Simpson sitting this one out. Vladimir Chebaturkin is in there. That's a change with Chris Pronger serving the one-game suspension. So Brent Johnson with that win on the road in San Jose tries to get the win here at home. And Jamie McLennan, who was the backup to Roman Turek last season, is at the other end. They're picking up some debris from the fireworks show during the anthem at the other end. That's the delay in getting this one underway. It always feels good to be here for the home opener, Bernie.
It really does. The people are all excited. We saw outside how many people are all excited about the sports town that St. Louis is right now, and the Blues really have a lot to prove this year, and they're excited with the new banner being set down from the roof.
We're underway. Jim Dowd wins the draw. Here's Lubomir Sekerac. He gets the puck in. Sean Hill back. He's on with Finley. The Turgeon line on. Turgeon gets bumped. The puck centered by Dowd. Big cross check by Finley. No harm. Gaborik knocked down. Young back. Turgeon to the net. Turgeon directs the puck on. McLennan the save. Now there'll be a penalty coming up and a quick call. The penalty will be for slashing against Minnesota here just 25 seconds into the Blues home opener.
The hottest line maybe in the National Hockey League right now with Scott Young and Pierre Turgeon, and a give and go in front of the net and a slash called because of it. But it's the Blues, this dynamite line. 6 goals for Scott Young has been absolutely unbelievable. This is when you're forced to take a penalty in front of the net. We see it right there. The slash to the back of the arm of Pierre Turgeon. A good scoring chance by Turgeon right off the bat.
Lubomir Sekerac, 31-year-old Slovakian, goes off. There's the Blues power play. The penalty killing for Minnesota, nothing special. The Blues have been on 18 power plays. Check it, they've been on 28 power plays and have 3 goals. So they're just warming up on the power play, Bernie.
They really haven't been able to get anything going, Kenny. It's amazing. Now without Chris Pronger, it changes things again. They're going to have to do some different things again tonight.
So most notably, Hill is at the point with McInnes. Minnesota can't clear. This is Hill keeping it in. In the corner, Turgeon gets the puck on the boards from Dimitra. Young with the 6 goals in front. Hill, a shot off a skate wide. Great opportunity early for the Blues. This is Turgeon. Now to Dimitra, out to Hill, over to McInnes, and he partially fans, and the Wild able to clear the puck out, and they'll quickly change their 4 penalty killers. The Blues here in the first period getting an early power play. The play broken up there very neatly by Wes Walls. He's out killing the penalty along with Laaksonen for Minnesota. Here is Turgeon into the corner to Dimitra. Young trying to find an opening in the seam there, comes to the near circle, and Dimitra with a puck. One-timer. Hill deflects to the net. Oh, and Turgeon can't quite get his stick on it. This is McInnes. Out to Hill. Back to McInnes. Hill can't keep the puck in, and he quickly gets the puck. Nice play by Hill up to Dimitra, getting the puck away from Walls there. Walls comes back and with a shillelagh swing chops the puck down the ice. To go in the Minnesota penalty to defenseman Lubomir Sekerac, or Sekerac if you prefer. The pronunciation is Sekerac. People are calling him Sakaris, and I've asked around and I've gotten both. So 10 seconds to go now in the penalty. There's no score in the first period. Our player of the game brought to you by Bud Light. An opportunity for you at home to vote for the player of the game at www.foxsports.com. Keyword Midwest. Probably better to think about it a while till a little bit later in the game before you cast your vote.
I would say so. A lot of people to vote, but it's a good hard shot off left wing. Dallas Drake, and it got the stick, the knob of the goal stick there as Jamie McLennan was going down. That could just as easily gone in if it wouldn't hit the knob of the stick. A lucky break for Jamie McLennan.
Here's the play, the quick shot. Cheba Turkin right on, and a good save by McLennan. So very quickly, the rookie Vladimir Cheba Turkin gets his feet wet.
Good work by the Blues on the faceoff. Marty Reisner winning the faceoff. We talked about how important the faceoffs here on the power play especially, and Cheba Turkin just through traffic. Good work by the Blues going to the front of the net. Both Dallas Drake and Marty Reisner are hungry. They want to get the rebounds. That's why the Blues scored those 4 goals the other night in LA. They went to the net.
Now back to the point. Cheba Turkin to Hesht. Reisner, Drake out there. Now the penalty is over. Sakaris is back on. Now the Blues still with possession. Drake over to Reisner. Marty Reisner takes a bump from Pellerin, and Pellerin steals the puck and will clear it down the ice even though his team is back at full strength. Cheba Turkin touches it, icing against Minnesota. No score first period here at Savvis Center. Well, upcoming, the Blues play in Detroit Tuesday, then home next Thursday against Los Angeles. It's our Bud What's on Tap. Good seats for the Kings game. Saturday the 21st, Chicago in only single seats. Then Calgary, Dallas, and into November, Washington. Of course, October 28th, that'll be a huge game. There are pairs remaining for Brett Hull and the Dallas Stars.
2 great hockey clubs. Always fun when the Stars come to town.
From the face-off, back to McInnes. Oh, and that shot goes wide. Blues keep the puck in. Good pressure on the far boards. They knock down Barteshko. Blues getting bumped around, but puck possession is the key. The shot there by Nash. This is Nagy. Then Nagy gets it in front, and Nash the chance. McLennan a save. Puck still loose, and Jamie McLennan has it covered for a stoppage in play. And the Blues quickly, Bernie Fedorko getting possession of the puck, ice advantage, and getting their shots at that man, Jamie McLennan.
I'm sure that was the meeting today, is to make sure that the puck goes to the front of the net. The Wild don't like to be outworked. Right now the Blues are definitely outworking them. Tyson Nash going hard to the net. Even though he's kicking it, he really wants to get in there. Tyson Nash has a spark plug, a couple of big hits in the last couple of games, and here he gets a good scoring chance, but he goes to the net. He's like a pinball out there as he goes 3 Wild around. I want to say Stars, 3 Wild around and knocking him down, but that's good hustle by Tyson Nash.
On the face-off, Conroy to Mayers, back to Hill, and a fight breaks out. This is Reed Lowe and Matt Johnson. Lowe and Johnson right at the face-off. Reed Lowe, a tough guy. Matt Johnson, a tough guy. No surprise they would pair up. And they're going to let him go a while. One linesman looks at the other, and I think they're rookie linesmen, Bernie, and they say, no, I think we'll let these fellas go a while.
This is a dance here. This is a good one, too.
Matt Johnson is no small fellow, and Reed Lowe is extremely strong, and he's trying to earn his stripes, taking on big Matt Johnson, and they really let him go. Reed Lowe and Matt Johnson.
You want to bring the crowd to their feet? Just get a fight early in the game, and that's exactly what Reed Lowe looking for. Some ice time. This is his first opportunity in the 5 games the Blues have played to get into the action, and this is a big one, and you can tell that this was going to start right off the bat. The two of them just needed to look at each other, and they talked, I'm sure, right there at the hash mark that, hey boys, we may as well go. We got something to prove, and I'm sure that Reed Lowe, not afraid. He got his gloves off first as we watched right away, both gloves down, and a pretty good fight. That's a couple of heavyweights there, Kenny. A couple of good shots, too, by both of them.
They let him go, and finally they just ended up leaning on each other.
They're both very tired now as they sit in the penalty box.
That is so hard to do, to try to. It's tough to box. If you've ever had an experience where they said box, a minute seems like it's forever, and try doing it on ice skates.
That's why I didn't do it very often.
Quick shot, Conroy through the crease. They each get 5-minute fighting penalties at 3:20. Out in front, the pass, the shot, trickles just wide. Mitra with that opportunity, out with Mayers and Conroy, and back for the puck kill over to Finley. Up for Craig Conroy. Already Joel Quenneville shaking things up. The hit in the corner on Sean O'Donnell. Back to the point. Hill a shot, and it deflects wide. The battle ensuing. Out in front, you've got the young defenseman Sakaris. Did Wild pick up the puck, and at center ice they'll move it in. Sean O'Donnell trying to lead the way. The pass, the shot, trickles just wide. Mitra with that opportunity, out with Mayers and Conroy, and back for the puck kill over to Finley. Up for Craig Conroy. Already Joel Quenneville shaking things up. The hit in the corner on Sean O'Donnell. Back to the point. Hill a shot, and it deflects wide. The battle ensuing. Out in front, you've got the young defenseman Sakaris. Did Wild pick up the puck, and at center ice they'll move it in. Sean O'Donnell trying to lead the way out there with his young team, and now the Blues start out. Pellerin doing the forechecking right in front of the net. Pellerin is out there with Gaborik and Dowd. Here's a pass up to Turgeon. No score first period. 4.5 minutes gone. Back to play the puck, Curtis Lesession, the veteran. Up to Jim Dowd. Now to Scott Pellerin against Al McInnes. Turning, looking. The pass to Bombardier. He gets drilled down. Also going down Gaborik, and the puck goes wide. Now chasing in, trying to keep it in and doing the job, Lesession. Now Pellerin quickly on the puck. His pass fails to get through to Jim Dowd. Back the other way, the Blues. Drake shoots the puck in from his side of center, and back to touch the puck, Lesession. That's an icing call against the Blues. Curtis Lesession with a black eye. He's the veteran on this team, 31 years of age with 12 seasons in the National Hockey League.
We often talk about Minnesota's style of play. They don't have a lot of offense, so what you're going to see here is this is how they get set up. You're going to see there's only one forechecker, and let's roll this a little bit, guys, here. As the Blues set up, you'll see all four guys here lined up. As the Blues come out, they're going to be able to just walk back. You'll see all the 1, 2, 3, and the fourth guy is already in, but this guy's coming back. So you're going to see this all night. Is that all you're going to see is one guy in when they get set up, when the Blues get set up, one guy goes in, and then the four guys are going to stay back right at center ice in the neutral zone.
Right off the face-off, quick shot deflects into the crowd. And there is Jacques Lemaire, the longtime Montreal Canadian, the new head coach here, coached for a while in New Jersey.
Won a Stanley Cup as the coach of the New Jersey Devils. In fact, he won the Jack Adams Award as the top coach in 1994 as well.
Walls is out there with Krivo-Kravtsov and Nielsen for Minnesota. Walls tips the puck away, and the puck shot in by Salvador, and the Blues are offside at the Minnesota blue line. TWA CD-ROM and Screensaver Night is coming up on Thursday the 19th. The LA Kings will be here. The first 12,000 of you with a paid admission receive a free Blues CD-ROM and Screensaver. It's packed with Blues information and graphics, all courtesy of TWA. The item available only at the game. Don't miss out on one of the best promotions of the season. Next Thursday, also a Pepsi Fan Can Night. Later on in the telecast, we'll have news for you on the return of Pepsi Fan Can Nights, but it'll be a lot of fun. The Blues, the Kings. That's the next home game next Thursday, and there are tickets available at the Savas Center, and of course all the usual Blues ticket outlets. There's nothing quite like Blues hockey. As the Blues get the puck deep in, centering, McLennan saves that one as Hesht was cruising in front. Back at the point, the puck kept in, but only for a moment by Cheva Turkin. Then at center ice, there'll be a penalty call. So we've got a hooking penalty coming up here, and that is not good news, as the Blues will be shorthanded for the first time.
What a job this young man has done. Jochen Hesch is a winger, and now he's playing for center on the line with Martechko and with Dimitra, and there he just did the little hook there coming back, and you aren't going to see that very often, but this is when you take a new position, and there's Hesch with a great scoring opportunity, and Jamie McLennan a big pad save with the right pad. Actually, it didn't get through there. It was the defenseman that got a piece of that. That might have went in, but Jochen Hesch has done such a great job moving from his wing position over into the center ice position, and what a versatile forward he has turned out to be.
He's a good one, hooking at 5:46. Minnesota is 1 for 18 in the power play. The Blues have been shorthanded 24 times and have allowed 5 goals, but remember 4 of them were the other night in Los Angeles in the 4-4 tie. Conroy from McInnes. He loses the puck, taken down. Conroy, Nash, McInnes, and Finley killing the penalty in front of Brent Johnson. McInnes plays the puck up the boards, kept in. Good play by Bombardier. This is Cam Stewart. He has the puck along the boards. On the power play. Getting the puck ahead to Stacy Roost. Also out there is Marian Gaborik, their 18-year-old, the first-round pick, 3rd overall in the June draft. And Conroy blasts the puck down the ice, and both teams are changing. 1:10 to go now in the penalty to Jochen Hesch. No score here in the first period. The Blues home opener. They are out shooting the Minnesota Wild 6-1. Now Minnesota moves in. Pellerin is out there. Back to the point it comes. The shot, the save, rebound, and Dowd unable to get his stick on the puck. This is Sekeres. At the near point, they have Kuba. He's 17. Sekeres right here is 77. Out in front of the net is Marian Gaborik. Now he'll come to the boards for the puck. Minnesota getting a little pressure, and then Young clears the puck down the ice.
But the problem with usual expansion teams, not a lot of talent offensively. In fact, the entire team scored 72 goals in the National Hockey League last year combined. So they're having trouble getting set up, and you're going to see that it's going to be tough for them to score goals.
Dowd gets the puck in, and it's cleared by Brent Johnson. Comes loose, centered. Nash can't get it out. A shot, and that's knocked down. That drive from the point. Now a quick change by Minnesota. They lose the puck, and it's cleared down the ice by Nash. And both teams changing, and the penalty to Jochen Hesch is over. Walls leaves the puck. Bombardier ahead for Pellerin too far, then stopped at the blue line is Jeff Nielsen. Here's Turgeon getting it in. Turgeon's out there with Dimitra and Drake. And the Blues have Chebaturkin on defense. The puck comes in front, knocked away, along with Havanov. So they have the 2 Russian rookies on defense. Here's a pass up to Sergei Krivokravtsov. He gets the puck out, and it's played by Nielsen. Krivokravtsov to the net, but an early step at the blue line, and Krivokravtsov is offside. First period, and there's no score. Here, and Bernie, when you look at Minnesota, the old saying you can't tell it players without a scorecard really matters in this game.
Really, all these new guys, for us anyway, they come from different teams. Very difficult to know, remember what numbers they were.
Nielsen, the shot. Krivokravtsov behind the net, doesn't see the puck. Here's Jeff Nielsen. And at the point, Bombardier keeps the puck in, and Turgeon breaks out with Young and Drake. Here, Turgeon to Dallas Drake, flipping the puck behind the net. Young with his 6 goals is there. Bumped by Bombardier. One of the great names in hockey, Brad Bombardier. Young from Turgeon. With Chebaturkin. Havanov at the near point. Chebaturkin a shot. That's blocked. And he controls the puck away from Nielsen. Young with it. Over to Turgeon. He looks for the play. Can't make it. And a loose puck. Both teams changing. Gaborik from Slovakia. And the puck shot in by Dowd. Good forechecking. Havanov with a puck. And double team, doesn't get it. Pellerin fans. Here's Nagy. Over here to Nash. Blues still changing. Tyson Nash puts on the brakes. Behind the net for Nagy, who gets bumped early by O'Donnell. And this is Riesner for the Blues. No score. First period. Riesner chased on the play. Trying to get away. Nash goes down. The puck centered. And it's broken up by Lobomir Sekeres. Back the other way. Nash. He runs into O'Donnell. They get to know each other a bit. Big hit in the corner. Nash ends up with a puck. Blues do good work on the boards in the offensive zone. Nagy gets it behind the net. Gets it right back on the quick play from Riesner. Nash goes down again. And the Wild clear the puck out. Trying to get it down. He can't. Wholesale change for Minnesota. Finley turns it the other way. Riesner tips the puck in. And the Blues have to change. 9:47 left in a scoreless first. This is Cam Stewart, the 29-year-old veteran winger. Stealing the puck. McInnes outlet pass to Dimitra. He's got Hesht with him, and this is Jochen Hesht, and a shot right on, and a save by Jamie McLennan to hold on to stop play. First period, no score with 9:33 remaining. No score. Coming up tonight, the 11 p.m. Regional Sports Report. 30 minutes of nightly sports news, and it's completely dedicated to the home teams throughout the Midwest. Cardinals-Mets Game 3 preview, Mizzou-KU, complete recap of the Blues game. Remember, for extended regional highlights and in-depth interviews, catch the 11 p.m. Regional Sports Report, Midwest edition, tonight only on Fox Sports Net. Brent Johnson clears the puck ahead to Reed Lowe. He'll give it to Conroy. Mayers has moved from the right wing to the left wing with Reed Lowe playing tonight. Lowe chases after the puck. Dancing out of his way is the youngster Sushinsky. Over near side, and the puck shot in by Stacey Bruce and turned away by Johnson. Played by Salvador to Conroy. Too far for Mayers, and getting in his way, Lecision. Now the pass ahead. Breaking in. Stewart, a shot. Great save. Oh, what a save by Brent Johnson on Cam Stewart. Quickly back the other way. Jochen Hesht gets banged to the boards by Bombardier. McLennan clears the puck up the boards. It's by Hesht. Here's Stewart, who just had the chance. And the play broken up at center ice. Sushinsky can't get the puck. Then the puck is shot in by Stacey Roos, the ex-Red Wing. Here's a chance, and where's the puck? Johnson has it long enough for the referee to blow the whistle. And oh man, was that a close call, Bernie?
A little bit of miscommunication by the Blues. The fact that they have some new defensemen, I really believe, is part of it. Chebaturkin getting his first look tonight, but the Blues, a bad change that led to the first mistake here. This one, as this came off the boards there's miscommunication between the goaltender and the defenseman Havanov as that puck came off the end boards there. Very careful there. It was good work by Johnson to keep that one out of the net, and we had a bad change right in the middle there, and that's what led to this scoring chance, as the Wild was able to break through in between. But you see one of the forwards going to the bench there, right there, and that's why the puck ended up, and the defense was able to be split there, as you see Cam Stewart with a good scoring opportunity.
We're down to 8:24 to go in a scoreless first period. Walls and Turgeon the draw. Chebaturkin to Young, and the pass too far for Drake. Here's Jeff Nielsen. Quick shot goes over the net. The Blues are out shooting Minnesota 7-6. Now an opportunity here. This is Walls, who's played in Switzerland the last 4 seasons. His centering effort tipped away out to center ice. Having trouble there. Minnesota, great centering effort. Young the shot, and that's blocked out in front by O'Donnell. Now with a puck, Sakaris, the 31-year-old from Slovakia. His pass too far on the wing for Walls, and this is Chebaturkin back. Vladimir Chebaturkin. He played in the NHL previously with the Islanders. The teams are changing. Turgeon flips the puck in, and the Blues are offside at the Minnesota blue line. We go downstairs now to Dan McLaughlin.
All right, Ken, thank you very much. Sure, it had to be a little tough for you not to be in uniform and be in street clothes at those introductions tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It's tough to be able to sit out the home opener, but you know, I guess the league has their mandates, and this is one of them.
That incident, though, is a hockey incident that you would do again. It's hockey rules. It's not the league rules, but it's something that's kind of an unwritten rule.
Oh, definitely. You got to stick up for your teammates. And, you know, if somebody wants to try to take advantage of one of your best players, you got to stand up for them and show other teams around the league that you're not going to take it.
We'll see you on Tuesday night. Back upstairs to Ken.
Thank you very much, Dan.
Kind of nice to have one of the best players in the league take care of one of the best players in the team.
That's right. got it done, and the team still came back to get the point. Here's a centering effort out of the reach of Barteshko. Jeff Finley, a shot turned away. That's Jim Dowd, the center on this line, without a stick in the corner. Bombardier there, and finally Lesession gets the puck. His pass at center ice for Gaborik on the wing to Pellerin. He'll shoot it in, and Finley back. Minnesota is changing. Gaborik, the 18-year-old, he ends up down on the ice. And this is Jim Dowd. He can't make a play. Kept it at the point by Philippe Kuban. Pellerin centering, knocked away. Battles Hill. Barteshko clears the puck out. Minnesota's felt like they've gotten a little room and have played better since the early minutes of this period. And here's Pellerin flipping the puck in.
They're doing some forechecking, something they weren't able to do for the first 10 minutes of this game.
Now it's center ice. Reisner, a pass from his side of the red line, too far for Nash. Kuban to touch the puck. That's an icing call against the Blues with 6:21 to go in a scoreless first period. We turn to our Postnet.com fan poll. What is your reaction to Chris Pronger's one-game suspension? Log on at Postnet.com and you can answer the question: is it unwarranted, appropriate, or the Blues are fortunate?
I already expressed my opinion. I didn't like the call. The play was still going on. Chris Pronger did not come off the bench. He came off the bench in a line change. And when a guy like Bookberger does something like, as Chris said, to your best player, one of your best players, you got to step in. And Chris Pronger took it upon his hands. He suffered. He went into the box for about 17 minutes. I think that should have been enough.
Yeah, Chris and I talked about it before the game tonight, and we discussed the fact that, one, he could have gotten a game misconduct according to the rules instead of a 10-minute misconduct. The Blues are offside there, so Pronger in essence got a little bit of a break there. And if you read the rule book closely, it would indicate that while there's a lot of discretion, typically in that situation you don't get a suspension. So it had to be considered by the league that he jumped off the bench essentially, and it wasn't a line change. And I think that's what we all disagree with, that it was a legitimate line change.
I totally agree with that. Yes, the league has their mandates, and they do give the referees discretion. That's something that's really almost new this year, is they give discretion to the referees. Well, the referee deemed it to be such a serious offense. Why did he only get a 10-minute misconduct? If he gets a game misconduct, then I can understand maybe there's a suspension warranted. But with the 10-minute misconduct, Chris Pronger played the third period.
Yeah. Again, they wave off icing here. It could have been a 10-minute misconduct, or it could have been a game misconduct in that situation. Trying to center Sushinsky. He leaves the puck there. That's Cam Stewart taken down, and here come the Blues. No score first period. Cutting in is Nagy. The drop pass. Backhander right on, and Havanoff's shot is gloved and held by Jamie McLennan. 5:45 to go in the first period.
Good play. 28 years old, never played in the National Hockey League. A nice play there on Stewart. Steal a puck, and then a good play to move it up and then join the rush.
The Blues without Mike Eastwood, ankle injury. Reed Simpson, a healthy scratch. Chris Pronger, of course, out with a one-game suspension. Reisner keeps the puck in. He's on with Nagy and Nash. Back playing the puck, Sakaris. Over for Gaborik. He's stopped. And they come up the near side. And the puck is cleared out by Pellerin. Ends up on Dowd's stick. Jim Dowd flips the puck in front. Reisner, with the help of Finley, trying to clear. They can't. Pellerin whips it around the net. Nash and Gaborik. And the puck kicked by Nash behind the net, and here's Reisner. We've seen some pretty good forechecking from Minnesota in this first period. You would think with the Blues' passing abilities and their quickness that Minnesota wouldn't be able to forecheck very well.
I believe the game plan changed a little bit with Chris Pronger out of the lineup. I think that Jacques Lemaire felt that he could maybe do a little more forechecking because Chris Pronger doesn't, you've got a couple of new defensemen in there, and they can't move the puck as quickly as Chris Pronger.
Blues offside on that play. We're down to 4:54 to go in the first period, and the National Sports Report, featuring news, opinions, and highlights from a fresh perspective, comes your way tonight after the game. John Wooden tribute, Oklahoma Kansas State football preview, and a female kicker follow-up. That's right after the game on the National Sports Report. Well, this is the line that you look for, especially for some scoring, with Scott Young with a hot hand on with Turgeon and Drake. This is Nielsen for Minnesota, just dumping the puck out. Salvador, the rookie, playing with McInnes. Drake gives the puck to Turgeon. He'll backhand it in. Quickly back, Minnesota. West Walls up the boards, out to center ice. McInnes gives the puck to Drake. Drake waits, shoots the puck into the corner. This is Brad Bombardier looking up ice. Drake takes him down, also gets Turgeon. And I'll tell you something, Bombardier is shaken up. Back the other way come the Blues. Now a fight breaks out at center ice. This is Lecision and Drake, two veterans. Curtis Lecision, we already told you, the most senior member of this team in his 12th season. This is what you call measuring your opponent. Almost looks like they're trying to get their sleeve lengths. Lecision, a couple of pretty good rights, tries to come underneath. This is our second main event here in the first period. Ooh, Lecision caught him with a couple of big rights. Drake goes down. Gainley gets up. Dallas Drake and Curtis Lecision. And the most feared words, let him go. And they let him go again.
Wow, good fight. Both these guys you don't see fighting that often. Lecision more of a stay-at-home defensive defenseman, and Dallas Drake likes to bang. I believe it was a big hit at the blue line. Before that, it was a big hit. Drake put a big hit on in the offensive zone. Right here, you're going to see a big hit. Right there, boom. This is what started it all. And as the play came up here, Lecision's right here. He's watching, and he's going back up the play. And as soon as it happened, that's what happened there. They squared off right in the middle there, and they went to it, and that's a darn good fight there, Kenny.
That was big time, no question about it. Drake got his licks in, but I'm not going to deny Lecision anything. He really hacked him a couple times.
Well, they really measured each other up. That's really a great fight there. As you can see, they both got good hold with their arms, got a hold of the jersey, and then able to get some good punches in. And no one was going to back down as they traded punches pretty good there. That one instance, I don't know how many landed squarely, but I like those kind of fights, and that's great respect from two players.
The earlier fight, Reed Lowe of the Blues and Matt Johnson of the Wild. So we've had a little bit of everything and more fighting than anything, really. Here in the first period, no score. The Blues are out shooting the Wild 9-7 before a sellout here for the Blues home opener. Both Lecision and Drake, 5-minute fighting penalties at 15:48. So the teams remain at full strength. Blues looking for some pressure. Sekeres with a puck. Loses it. Here's Dimitra to Hesht. Out there with Barteshko. He takes the puck now. Sekeres turns him around. Dimitra trying to get in front. Wheels. Fires through the crease. And the puck cleared out by Stewart. Actually to the blue line and barely kept in. Attempting to clear it out. Now Sekeres again up the boards. Off the skate of McInnes. And it's center ice. O'Donnell stopped by Hesht. He gets wrestled and punches Cam Stewart. Stewart gave him a arm around the neck, and Hesht retaliates with a punch. I'm not sure the hold or the wrestle was going to be called, but they certainly aren't going to miss the punch by Jochen Hesht.
Kenny, this is why I love this Jochen Hesht. Right here, he didn't like the hit to grab a hold of it. I believe that all he was trying to do, Cam Stewart, was trying to get his balance. That's why he grabbed a hold of Jochen Hesht, but this is a pretty good left. I believe that he made it look a little better than it was. It was more like a Tyson Nash fall down backwards, but Jochen Hesht does not take anything out there, and he just gave a little bit of a shove there to the face, and that's why he got the call. Well worth it there, I believe.
I think Jochen felt like somebody was grabbing him and shoving him and wrestling with him and didn't like it. And the officials went, hey, what Cam Stewart was doing was fine. The fact he grabbed you around the neck and wrestled with you a little bit is okay, but you can't punch him.
Stewart was falling down. I really believe that's what he was just looking for, some balance. His skates looked like they were falling out. He just grabbed a hold of Hesht just to try to get some balance, and consequently, Hesht takes a roughing penalty.
16:37 on the power play. Minnesota, they are 0 for 1 in this game. The puck comes to center ice. They are 1 for 19 in the first 4 games of the season. They've lost 2, tied 1. They tied their home opener and have lost 2 on the road. And of course, for the Blues, this is their home opener after winning 2, losing 1, and tying 1 to begin the season on the road. Puck shot in by Dowd. Pellerin after it. McInnes beats him to it. Helping out is Conroy. Then McInnes up the boards. Not very far. Bombardier to Pellerin. Dowd's out in front of the net. The pass for Dowd deflects right back to Gaborik. Now Dowd ends up with it to Brad Bombardier. Back for Jim Dowd, the 31-year-old center, and he loses the puck. They have to play it at center ice, tipped away by Conroy. Delayed offside. Here's Finley. A minute 10 to go in the Blues penalty. No score first period. Puck shot down the ice. Both teams are changing. This is Sekeres. The Slovakian makes the move, gets the puck ahead. Trying to feed it in deep, and able to is Roost around near side. And in the corner, the puck gets away from Roost, and Young an opportunity to clear it away. 43 seconds left in the Wild power play. Here's big Andy Sutton. He's 6'6", 240. Former San Jose Shark. So the Sharks will work to center ice. Puck dumped in on the play by Maxim Sushinsky, and the Blues immediately get the puck out. Sekeres and Nash battle, and the puck shot in by Kavanaugh. Hesh with 17 seconds to go in the penalty.
Good kill. The Blues have done a great job being very aggressive on the puck.
Hill, Krivo-Kravtsov collide. Conroy with a puck to Meyers. Quick shot and a glove save by McLennan. He scoots the puck ahead to Jeff Nielsen. Nielsen over the line with Krivo-Kravtsov. McInnes knocks the puck away. Wes Walz keeps possession. Now the penalty is over. Hesh back on. Blues at full strength. Hesh tips the puck away, and the Blues youngster from Germany has it. Jochen Hesh wheeling to center ice. Gets slashed. There'll be a penalty for that slash by O'Donnell. Hesh fires wide, then collides with Bombardier, and Minnesota touches the puck, and there'll be a slashing penalty called against Sean O'Donnell. We're down to a minute 1 to go here in the opening period. Pepsi Fan Can nights are back. The first one is next Thursday with the Kings here. You bring a Pepsi Fan Can to the Savvis Center box office. You'll receive one free Blues ticket for each ticket that you purchase. Remember, there are 7 more Pepsi Fan Can nights this season. You'll find the games listed on Pepsi Cans and at stlouisblues.com. Again, the offer is good only at the Savvis Center box office.
Good move by Jochen Hesh on O'Donnell, and you'll see the slash right there, and that's where the call was, as Hesh took the puck from behind his own net right up the middle. Good moves, good solid player, and a penalty there for the slash on O'Donnell, and the Blues go on the power play with only a minute 1 left in this first period.
The Blues, Bernie, out shooting Minnesota 10-8. They had a big decided edge early. I think it was 6-1, and then Minnesota started to forecheck better, started to do some things better. Can the Blues score here with a 5-on-4 with the 61 seconds remaining? The Blues are 0 for 1 in the power play.
Last minute of play in this period.
Young, good forechecking. Kuba gets the puck up the boards. This is Kuba here, clearing it, and the puck goes into the visiting bench, and we'll have a face-off in the Wild zone. Well, hockey fans, enjoy tonight's game with a cold Bud Light, because it won't fill you up and never let you down. So make it a Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NHL. Dan McLaughlin will be along in our first intermission. He hopes to chat with Craig Conroy, of course, NHL trivia. Then Bernie and I will return with highlights from the first period here in the Blues 2000-2001 home opener. Blues win the draw. Back to the point. They get the puck over to McInnes from Hill. McInnes can't get the shot. Centers. Tip. Batted away. And Pellerin will shoot the puck down the ice for Minnesota with 41 seconds to go in the period. Quick change by Minnesota. Here's Sean Hill. Certainly getting more ice time tonight with Pronger sitting out. Then Turgeon to McInnes. He'll dig into the corner. Al McInnes. He's got Young in front. Now Young goes to the corner. Back to Hill. Over to McInnes, and the pass off his leg. 20 seconds to go in the period. And the Wild clearing the puck down the ice. Sekeres, and he'll head to the bench. And both teams are changing. 13 seconds to go in the period. Sean Hill to the red line. Blasts the puck in. Bombardier there. Then Young getting in his way, and Pellerin able to clear the puck out. Dowd beaten to it. And that's going to do it. That is the end of the first period here at Savvis Center between the Blues and the Wild, and the Blues end up out shooting Minnesota 10-8, and the power play will carry over to period 2. After 20 minutes of play, there's no score. Dan McLaughlin, Craig Conroy coming up next. And more than 50 of the world's top money winners are going to battle for a $1 million first prize over 4 days, 72 holes, no cuts. General admission tickets go on sale November 13th at all Ticketmaster outlets. For corporate hospitality packages, you saw the number to call. Write it down, 205-2001. Here's Al McInnes, 50 seconds to go in the Blues power play. We're just underway in the second period. Dimitra feeds Young. Puck gets by him and gets by Havanoff, and he'll go all the way back into his own zone. Just 20 seconds into the period, fresh players for Minnesota. Alexei Havanoff over to Turgeon, who carries the puck in, gets away from Bombardier, chased by Sekeres, leaves the puck. Bombardier intercepts. He holds on to Scott Young's stick for quite a while, and the puck comes loose to Lubomir Sekeres, and he clears the puck the length of the ice. Both teams changing here. And the Blues, Al McInnes. The crowd very quiet at the outset of the period. Off Barteshko. They can't clear. Kept in. Havanoff to Turgeon. In front for Young. Knocked away. And McLennan gets a piece of it. Out of the penalty box, Sean O'Donnell. Getting the puck. Able to work in. Leaves it. And Pellerin beat with the puck by McInnes, who slides the puck ahead. On the attack, the Blues. That's Nagy getting the puck to Barteshko. Back for Hesht, intercepted. And it's center ice, Scott Pellerin. He leaves the puck. Hesht overskates it. Dowd gets in his way, and the Blues clear it out. Andy Sutton gives the puck to Philippe Kuba. He gets it ahead, and Finley knocks down Sushinsky. The puck played ahead by Barteshko, intercepted, knocked away. Nagy with Hesht. Nagy a shot, and that goes wide. Along the boards, Barteshko into the corner. Nagy in front for Hesht, knocked away right at the post. Jamie McLennan holds on to stop play.
Yeah, the Blues had a good scoring chance right at the end of the power play. Good passing by the Blues, and I believe that Turgeon should have probably shot the puck instead of just throw it towards the middle. It almost hit a skate and went in, but this puck ends up right over here, and I believe that Turgeon should have maybe shot this at the goalie. He was just trying to dump it towards the front of the net. Jamie McLennan was sliding, and he should have maybe tried to go up top there as McLennan stacked his pads to come across right there. It ended up hitting the stick right there in front. Yes, pretty good play when you look at it from that angle. Dimitra almost did get a stick on it.
Yeah, it was actually Pavel Dimitra who was right there. Here's Cheba Turkin. The shot deflects. Whoa! And somehow that stays out. The Blues with good pressure. Nash a pass intercepted. Getting the puck ahead nicely, Hendrickson. And then the puck shot in by Laaksonen. He is a young man out of the University of Denver. That's him there, 24. O'Donnell gets up. Now there's going to be a penalty called here. O'Donnell is beefy.
Now O'Donnell pinching from the point there. He doesn't like the call. Tyson Nash went down. So that's not a bad, that's a good call right there. Good chance by the Blues here. A slap shot by Cheba Turkin. The deflection there by Jamal Mayer is way out high. McLennan had enough time to react there, but again, a good low hard shot and a good deflection. McLennan able to react because the deflection came from so far away. Here's the penalty. The pinch in there. Tyson Nash staying high at the point there, and you're going to get a call every time like that when you get hit from behind. O'Donnell didn't like the call, but there's no question that that was a call that should have been made. So it's a roughing call, and the Blues go back on the power play.
Well, maybe the Blues can start getting a little momentum. Maybe, Bernie, they can get things going their way a little more here.
That's exactly what they need. They need to get the crowd involved, Kenny, so if they can just get set up at one time and just score a goal, this place will go crazy, and then it's a little easier to play because the Blues don't want to make a mistake and get behind a team that plays a neutral zone trap.
Turgeon down on the faceoff. O'Donnell roughing 2:14. The Blues 0 for 2 in the power play. McInnes and Havanoff. Turgeon, Dimitra, and Young, who's up at the opposition blue line. McInnes fires the puck in. McLennan unable to stop it. Young on the boards, bumped by Lecision. Then the puck comes loose. Pellerin clears it ahead out of the reach of Dowd. Then Dowd will flip it in. Here's Bombardier. Looks out. There are no other bombardiers around. Then Bellerin finally just leaves the puck. And Minnesota shorthanded begins a change as we approach the 3-minute mark in the second period. The pass tipped in by Young against Lecision. Trying to move the puck. Laaksonen, he has trouble. Here's Dimitra back to the blue line. He gets the puck back from McInnes, gives it to McInnes again. The shot, stick save, McLennan, and a great save on the rebound. Here's Turgeon, slammed from behind by Kuba. And Minnesota able to clear the puck down the ice. Good chances there.
Well, that's something the Blues need to do, is get more shots on goal from Al McInnes. He's the quarterback right now. Chris Pronger not in the lineup tonight, so Al McInnes has got to get the puck to the middle. He's got to get some shots, but the Blues need more traffic in front to screen McLennan and go for the deflection.
Griesner gets the puck back from Hesht, overskates it, and it's cleared into the Blues bench. 42 seconds remaining in the Blues man advantage.
The beauty of Al McInnes is that he's always looking. We saw him with the great play on Young's goal in San Jose with the deflection. Al McInnes always gets his head up before he shoots. He's looking all the way here. This one a hard shot. It was low, as you see Scott Young right in front of the net. Dimitri's going for the net. McInnes with this big blast here. And unfortunately, Young wasn't able to get a piece of it. A good save by McLennan first, and then the rebound came out and he made another save off the second shot.
That was a pretty good chance for Dimitra on that rebound. So the Blues still with a man advantage. Walls up front, killing the penalty with Hendrickson. Kuba and Sekeres on defense for Minnesota. Hesht back to the point. McInnes settles the puck down, fakes the shot, and his pass a little soft, gets away. Here's Wes Walls, the well-traveled center, and he drills one wide. The puck caroms to center ice, and it's handed right to Jochen Hesht. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Over to McInnes, a shot off a skate wide. Hesht back to the point, and McInnes had to jump off because Finley was already on. That's dangerous.
Very dangerous. Could have been too many men in the ice, but Al knew right away that he had to get off. Unfortunately, wasn't able to keep the puck in his zone, though.
Now Dallas Drake. The penalty is over. Hill to Finley for Nash, broken up. Loose puck. Cam Stewart, who had that great scoring chance in the first period, gets it in deep. Nash, a little bumping there. Here's an opportunity. Hill knocks the shot down. Nash gets the puck and just clears it out. The sure thing. And Drake battling with Lecision, and the puck held, which is something you rarely see anymore, for a whistle on the boards. Well, tomorrow, start your college football Saturday with a pregame show. It's presented by Rivals.com. It comes your way at 10:30. Then it's quadruple header action, starting with number 16 Southern Mississippi visiting Tulane. Then Cincinnati squares off against Louisville. Number 1 rated Nebraska takes on Texas Tech, followed by 11th ranked Washington as the Huskies take on the Sun Devils of ASU. It's all right here on Fox Sports Net tomorrow. Well, I'm sure the fans probably beginning to think, as we're almost 5 minutes into the second period, one of the Blues going to get something going.
That's what they really need to do. You've got to get the lead, especially in your home opener, and you don't have to be fancy, just get it to the net.
Barteshko can't get in, and the puck shot in by Matt Johnson, turned away by Brent Johnson, and here's Bryce Salvador. He gets hit just a bit by big Matt Johnson. Now Barteshko in, things get a little hot and heavy, and now the Blues get some open ice. This is Nagy, can't get in. And back in his own zone, here is Finley to Nagy. He looks for some room, can't handle the puck, catches up with it. Minnesota changing up to Barteshko. He's run down and he's hurt. He runs right into 26-year-old Maxim Sushinsky, a Russian, and Barteshko, who's not bashful about going into heavy traffic, is stunned at least as Ray Barilli, the Blues' outstanding trainer, comes out to check on him.
Here Barteshko looking down for the puck, and he gets I thought, a pretty good check, and watching it on the replay, it was a pretty good check. I think the Blues with the break here, they're calling a penalty. There's an elbow that comes up there. I really believe that was unintentional, but he was just protecting himself. So Barteshko appears to be all right, but this is a big hit. Again, another hit right in the middle of the ice. Sushinsky more of a finesse player than a checker, but with Barteshko with his head down there, I think he just almost had to hit him there, and he got his elbow up a little bit too high, and Barteshko should be all right. Let's hope that he is all right.
And Suszynski is going to get a penalty, elbowing at 5:28.
Suszynski right here, we're going to see as Martechko's looking for the puck. He mishandled it there. He's looking down for it. And this right elbow comes up and just catches Martechko on the left side of the jaw, and that's got to hurt. But he appears to be all right, Kenny.
And that's good news. So the Blues will have a man advantage. They're 0 for 3 in the power play. And there are the hits, 9-7, favoring Minnesota.
Well, the league said that any hit to the head was going to be a penalty, and the referees are really sticking with it. These couple of youngsters refereeing, these couple of rookie referees, and they're doing a pretty good job so far tonight.
So many head injuries the last few seasons in the NHL. They're trying to do everything they can to reduce them. Most notably concussions. McLennan up the boards. McInnes knocks the puck down. Demitra battling for it. It comes back to the point. Hesh feeds it ahead off McInnes, and the puck won't settle down. And Pellerin a long shot, and Brent Johnson the save. We're in the second period. No score. 6 minutes into the period here at Savvis Center. Alexei Havanoff still controls. Now to Young. Hesh behind the net. Demitra with him. Out to the point to McInnes. Over to Havanoff. Now to Young. Back to Havanoff. Over to McInnes. Rink wide for Young. The shot. And that flutters wide. McLennan may have gotten a piece of it. Hendrickson gets hooked a bit and is still able to smash the puck down the ice. A minute to go in the penalty to Maxim Suszynski.
Blues not a lot of pressure, and they need to get some pressure and get some shots on these power plays. You're going to get only so many power plays, and you got to capitalize on them early.
Decision back, gets the puck to the point. McInnes keeps it in. Decision can't reach it. Turgeon, Drake, Reisner. Reisner now runs out of people to pass to. Has to go to Turgeon, to Drake, to Reisner. He's got McInnes. McInnes goes to Havanoff, who doesn't really seem to want to shoot, and goes to Reisner, who flutters one wide. You just get the idea, and we saw in other contests where Havanoff wanted to shoot. You get the idea here, though, he's going, I'm not going to shoot.
Yeah, they play a wide. I mean, McInnes is on one wing, and it's Havanoff's way over on the boards. I mean, they got such a big gap between. You like to have the defense move the puck a little maybe closer together.
5 seconds left in the power play. Reisner leaves the puck. It's poked away from Drake. Wes Walls ridden to the boards by Finley. Finley back, gives the puck to Hill. The penalty over. Suszynski is back on. The Blues on the power play tonight are 0 for 4. Now the play broken up. Back the other way. This is Nielsen. Quick shot. The save by Johnson. The rebound. Blues can't clear it. Reisner can't clear it. And unfortunately for the Minnesota Wild, Walls wasn't able to get a good shot. They had some attempts there anyway. Now back the other way, Minnesota. Puck sent in deep by Roost, on with Krivo-Kravtsov. Now the Wild are changing. Bump there on Mayers, and the puck comes to Sean Hill. He's under pressure from Roost, the ex-Red Wing, and the puck taken by Suszynski. And he is tangled up in the corner. Boy, you got to give Minnesota credit. They do not look overmatched, and on paper they're severely overmatched. This is Jeff Finley over to Sean Hill. Believe me, Chris Pronger doesn't make that much difference.
No, that's one thing that the Wild are going to do. They're not going to be outworked. That's one thing that I talked to Mario Trombley, the assistant coach, this morning. That's one thing that Jacques Lemaire will not stand for if they get outworked. They know that if they get outworked, they're in trouble.
Sutton holding on forever to Conroy, making the appeal to the official, and the crowd trying to help him. Now the Blues looking to get some pressure. Nash bumped by Stewart. This is Nash, Mayers, and Conroy, who goes off as the Blues begin a change, and the puck cleared down the ice. Could well be icing. Nash goes back, beats Bruce to it, and play stop. 9:07 gone. Second period at Savvis Center. Still no score. Second period, and well, before the game we talked about the keys to this hockey game brought to everyone by Ford, and it pays to go back and look at them again.
Well, the Blues did come out with an attitude. The first 5 minutes of the game, they really put the pressure on the Wild. They weren't able to make anything happen into the back of the net, and right now, are they getting outworked? I don't know. It's pretty close. Both teams working very hard.
Here is Cheva Turkin in his first game with the Blues. Getting the puck over far side. Dimitra trying to get it to the net. Fails to. Nielsen breaks out. Goes to Bombardier. He's stopped. And a loose puck for Barteshko. Moving in on Lecision. Over to Dimitra. And the shot goes wide. He didn't seem to get it all. Barteshko can't make a pass, but Minnesota hands the puck away, and Havanaugh's backhander held by McLennan, and there's no score, and down to Dan McLaughlin.
Ken, thank you. In our pregame show, we talked it over with Blues GM Larry Plow. We asked him, what would you like to add for this season? He said team toughness. Well, we have seen that here tonight. We saw the fight with Reed Lowe. We also saw the fight with Dallas Drake, but there has been toughness all around, and it all starts with number 9. It seems like always some type of toughness is going around with Tyson Nash. We also saw the big hit right here by Jochen Hess to left hook, and then Barteshko, you better keep your head up. Watch out. He was dazed for a while, had the smelling salt, so it's been a tough game all the way around. Guys, back to you.
Well, the Minnesota Wild going to play it tough. They're going to play it hard. They want to win their first game. That's right. This is their 4th game. They are still without a win.
And especially with Columbus winning their first last night.
Whoa, puts a lot of pressure on them. The battle of the expansion teams. Columbus and Minnesota, the Blue Jackets and the Wild.
And we're going to be seeing the Blue Jackets quite a few times with them being in the same division as the Blues.
That's right. And on some of the telecasts, we're going to have new Blue Jackets.
Yes, we are.
Oh, baby.
Looking really good.
We're going to be sharp. Puck into the blue zone.
Make sure you call me and let me know which tie you're going to wear so I don't wear the same one.
I think we ought to just go with red power ties as Dowd's shot deflects into the crowd. 9:55 to go in the second period. Light Party Zone are fans from Cooperoo's and Ozzie Smith sports bars, and if you'd like to win seats in the Party Zone, join us at one of the Bud Light Fox Sportsnet Blues viewing parties at sports bars throughout St. Louis. It's the Party Zone, brought to you by Bud Light and Fox Sports Net. From the draw, the Blues have a bit of a collision. Conroy there along with Matt Johnson, and the referee stops play, and that's a bad sign in a spot like that.
It's going to be an interference call. We saw a lot of these last season. This is the first time we've seen one this season, and it's going to be Mears going off. You have a job to do off the faceoff. You're supposed to interfere with the winger that you're opposite. Matt Johnson going to the net. Just gets tripped right there by Jamal Mears. Pretty good call by the referee. And the Blues will be shorthanded for the next 2 minutes.
So interference on Mears. Conroy and Mears there trying to slow Johnson down, and Mears does enough to get the penalty. Minnesota is 0 for 2 on the power play, and a couple of 22s. Roos and Conroy on the faceoff. Sushinsky and Stewart are on the wings with Roos. Kuba is at the right point. Sakaris is at the left point. And Sakaris, number 77, the Slovakian, goes back to get the puck. The Blues are killing the penalty with Conroy and Nash, Finley and McInnes in front of Brent Johnson. Stewart playing the puck with his skate. 9.5 minutes to go. Here in the second period, there's no score. The shots on goal are noteworthy in this period. 3-1 Blues. Not a lot of action around the nets. The puck takes a weird hop, and McInnes has it, and he clears the puck ahead. The Blues, remember, are shorthanded. Nash, a long shot, routine save for McLennan. The Blues are changing their penalty killers, and here's Roos just tipping the puck in. Quickly back McInnes. He steps out of the way of Stewart. Hesh can't clear. Kept in for just a moment, and Finley sends the puck out, and it's Sushinsky, the Russian. Now the team's changing on the fly. Under a minute to go in the penalty, and this is Jim Dowd. Dowd plays on the number 1 line for Minnesota. He gets hit. Puck controlled by the Blues and blasted off the glass and into the crowd. So play is stopped. Hill and Dowd having some words after the collision on the boards. Well, Chris Pronger poster night is sponsored by Pepsi. It's coming up Thursday, October 26th here at Savvis Center. The Calgary Flames will be in, and all of you with a paid admission that night will receive a colorful poster of Blues captain Chris Pronger, highlighting his 99-2000 Norris Trophy and MVP season, courtesy of Pepsi. The poster, by the way, available only at the Calgary game. And by the way, there are great seats still available at the Savvis Center box office, all Ticketmaster locations, online at stlouisblues.com, or by calling 241-1888. Now that's Thursday the 26th. But in between, the Blues will be here Thursday the 19th against Los Angeles. And remember, Saturday the 21st, a week from tomorrow night, big game with Chicago. Only single seats available for that one. For most of the other games, there are good seats available. But don't linger. Get your tickets for all of these Blues home games as early as possible. Power play. Half a minute to go for the Wild. They control the puck. This is Krivokrasov to Dowd. Out in front of the net is Pellerin. Krivokrasov gets hit. Back to the point to Bombardier. Lucession, by the way, is at the near point. Krivokrasov feeds Pellerin. Scott Pellerin out to Bombardier. Then down in front. Krivokrasov stopped by Brent Johnson. Kavanaugh clears the territory, and he's going to pay the price. He'll take a cross-checking penalty for cross-checking down his fellow countryman Sergei Krivokrasov.
Well, Krivokrasov parked in front of the net, and Krivokrasov may be the only dangerous weapon that the Wild have. He scored 25 goals a couple years ago for Nashville, but a behind-the-back pass right there, and Krivokrasov was left in front. Kavanaugh had to cross-check him to get him out of the way, but a pretty slick pass there by Dowd. Krivokrasov standing right on the edge of the crease. A big save there by Brent Johnson, as this puck was just tried to go in between his pads, but he got the right pad on. So it's going to be a two-man advantage for 7 seconds. So a very important face-off right in the blue zone by the Wild.
Minnesota takes a timeout with a penalty at 12:01 to Havanoff as you watch Jacques Lemaire. Let's talk a little bit about Brent Johnson. He hasn't been tested a lot tonight, but I think he's been sharp as he was in the game in San Jose. They talk about playing him 15-20 games, Bernie, and from what we've seen now, and we've only seen, if you will, 4.5 periods, but he's been very effective.
He's been very steady. He's not going to do anything fancy. He handles the puck very well. He's a big guy. That's the beauty about the Blues goaltenders. Both Turek and Johnson are tall. They both play kind of the same style. They will butterfly. They both handle the puck. They go stop the puck behind the net as well and set it up for the defenseman. So he's been called upon 11 times tonight, and he's been very sharp. These games are a lot harder, even though when you're only getting a shot every 3 or 4 minutes, very difficult for the goaltenders.
Hey, hockey fans, enjoy tonight's game with a cold Bud Light. It won't fill you up and never let you down, so make it a Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NHL. Ready for the face-off. 7 seconds to go, and the initial penalty to Mayers. Now Havanoff cross-checking. Blues 2 men short. Kuba, the shot, and a great save by Brent Johnson. Now the puck to center ice. Here's Mayers on. The Blues short by 1 man. Offside on this play, a delayed call. Finley can sit there for virtually ever. They would eventually whistle it dead, but he takes as much time as he can and clears the puck away, and the Blues are changing. So Minnesota on the power play. They are 0 for 4. Puck shot in by Dowd. McInnes under pressure from Pellerin. Loses the puck. Tries to get it back. Loses it. Krivokrasov. He's got a man in front. Dowd goes to the point. Kuba is at the near point. He ends up with a puck. A cross-ice pass. Oh, what a play by McInnes. They were trying to reach Pellerin in front. Kept in by Sakaris. Around the net, here's Pellerin. Decent pressure, Bernie, by Minnesota, no question.
This is their best one so far, as they got set up very well. Good diagonal passes.
Here's McInnes. Krivokrasov with him, and Dowd. Tesh gets the puck, and he whacks it off the boards down the ice, and Kuba retreats as both teams change. 45 seconds to go in the penalty to Havanoff, trying to get in and taken down, and there'll be another penalty as Sushinsky, Maxime Shusinski, and Sean Hill will go off, and another 2-man advantage for Minnesota. This one will be 39 seconds in length.
Shusinski, a pretty good move. The Wild moved this puck very well. They moved it up to center ice so it wouldn't be a 2-line pass, and then Scotty Pellerin got it to here. This was what they call slew footing, as Sean Hill just kicked the feet out of Sushinsky. You'll see the right foot right here gets kicked out there, and that's why he went down. So the Blues are behind the 8 ball again. This time it's going to be for 39 seconds on the 2-man advantage. Al McInnes made a great sliding play on the 5-on-4. Now they're going to be called upon here again as Hill goes into the box. A tripping call. So this is another tough situation for the Blues to be in. Another big kill for the Blues.
will be in Detroit Tuesday night. We'll be right here on Fox Sports Net. And then next Thursday, the LA Kings here. Saturday the 21st, the Blackhawks. Get your tickets early for those big games with Los Angeles and Chicago. Joel Quenneville certainly has to be concerned, even though he has his usual composure look.
This is very important. Face-offs again. Conroy called upon, but without Eastwood and Hunter's two of the best face-off guys on their team, it's hard for a guy like Craig Conroy, who has to do them all the time, over and over and over. He has to win face-offs. He's not getting any help. You got Hunter's and Eastwood out of the lineup.
Now back to the point. Dowd over far side to Bombardier. In front of the net, you have Pellerin along with Gaborik. We haven't seen a lot of the 18-year-old, and when he's been out there, he hasn't been that busy since the early going of the first period. Nice play there to get away by Roost, and the puck forced out to center ice, and the crowd likes that. 17 seconds to go in the 5-on-3 advantage for Minnesota. There's no score. We're down to just over 6 minutes to go in the second period. Dowd over to Pellerin. Big save. Brent Johnson, an extra hack by Jim Dowd, and a trio of Blues go after Jim Dowd. And I think that influences the referee a little bit, because all of a sudden he decides he's going to call a penalty against Minnesota.
You don't see that very often. Dowd is going to go off for slashing the goaltender, I believe, as the puck was tied up. He's just going to the front of the net, and Finley went right after him, and because of that, you're right, I believe that's why it did influence the referee. But a good hard shot from Scott Pellerin off left wing, and as it's tied up there, all Dowd is doing is looking for the puck there, and he got a penalty for slashing, so that's a good break for the Blues. As that puck didn't look like it was totally tied up, the Blues took exception to it, and it made it for a penalty.
Let me just say this. If the Blues, every time they do that this season, get called for a penalty, there are going to be a lot of unhappy people. That's not a real good penalty to me, Bernie.
No, that's more of an even-up call in a situation where the Blues have had the last 3 or 4 calls against them. It's an even-up, so we're going to play 4-on-3 for 7 seconds.
From the point, Lassigna shot. What a play, diving by Finley to deflect that drive into the crowd. Good play, Jeff Finley.
Big play by Finley, and the Wild have been doing a good job on the face-offs in the Blues zone, and this is a great play by Finley as the face-off is won once again by the Wild, and Finley just throws his body and just got his skates on that one and sent it up over the glass, kills off 4 seconds. Only 3 seconds left now on the 4-on-3, and then we'll play 4-a-side for about a minute and a half.
Havanoff will be the first man out of the penalty box. Block shots favoring Minnesota, and McInnes clears the puck away. Now Havanoff is on, so it is 4-on-4. Under 6 minutes to go in the second period. Believe it or not, in this period, the Blues have had only 4 shots on goal. Minnesota has had 5, and Minnesota has had the last 4 shots. Here is Finley to Al McInnes. Boy, you get open ice, you really get some room for your talented players like Young and McInnes and Turgeon. This would really favor the Blues. There's no way Minnesota can match them.
This is the one time Minnesota can't use a trap either.
Now the Blues lose the puck. Nielsen slowed up by Finley, and Young with 6 goals in the first 4 games gives the puck to Turgeon. Pierre Turgeon gets in over to Young. He'll shoot. Stick save, Jamie McLennan, and off his stick the puck into the crowd. Both teams shorthanded. 5:10 left in the second period. This game is scoreless.
Winger Scott Pellerin, his role has changed a lot with the Wild. Last year, really a checking center for the Blues, or I should say checking winger for the Blues. Now he's called upon to be on the scoring line to try to score some goals.
4-on-4 for another 31 seconds. Here's Alexei Havanoff with Dimitra, and the puck comes to the net, grabbed and held. Salvador also out there along with Jochen Hecht.
All right, Ken, thank you very much. We've seen good goaltending, as you mentioned before, out of both these goaltenders. Remember, Jamie McLennan was the backup for St. Louis a year ago. Of course, Brent Johnson wasn't even in the league. The Blues have outshot the Wild 15-13. McLennan has made some big saves, including a big one just there on Scott Young. But so has Brent Johnson. In front all alone, he stopped that, and he has been very solid tonight. Joel Quenneville considers Johnson almost, guys, like a third defenseman back there because of the way that he can handle the puck. He's been very sharp here tonight. Back to you.
All right, thanks very much for that added insight, Dan. O'Donnell gets the puck in, still 4-on-4 for another 10 seconds. No score late in the second period. And the battle in the corner for the puck. That's kind of the pace of the period at times.
Looks like what?
And Sean Hill's back on. The Blues have a power play for 25 seconds. Salvador gets the puck over to Havanoff, up to Drake with Hesht and this man Dimitra. Dimitra trying to make the turn in on O'Donnell, can't. Puck kept in by McInnes. And the puck cleared to center ice. Here's Wes Walls. He's stopped. Hesht off the boards for Dimitra. 3-on-1 with Drake. Hesht to Drake to Dimitra. They score! What a play! Great passing on the 3-on-1, and the Blues here in their home opener make it 1-0.
The Blues really needed something to happen good, and that's exactly what happened there. A turnover by the Wild and the Blues, three of the best passers that you could see. And I've been very impressed with the way Dallas Drake moves the puck, and this was absolutely beautiful. A 3-on-1. Dimitra starts it. He gives it back to Hesht, and then a quick pass over to Dallas Drake on the backhand. Dimitra going to the net. An easy one for Dimitra, just sliding it into the open side of the net, but that is absolutely beautiful passing, and the Blues take a well-deserved lead.
A game that's been a little short of beauty has some true beauty right there. And the goal for Dimitra is his second of the season. Now the Blues with the puck. 15:50 the time of the goal. Drake and Hesht assisting. Blues lose the puck. Now get it back. And here's Sushinsky for Minnesota. Around for Stewart. Pinching in the play is Hill. Bombardier all over Scott Young. And in the corner, Turgeon, a pass for Drake. He steals the puck right back after it's stolen by Roos. Here's Stewart wanting to clear the puck out. Hill keeps it in, bumped by Sushinsky. And a bit of a crowd, and they hold the puck for a face-off with 3:36 remaining here in the second period, and the Blues lead it 1-0.
We're going to look at this goal again. I want to show you something about Jochen Hesht. Let's roll a little bit, but you're going to see a turnover. And when the turnover comes back, just keep rolling. And there's the turnover. You watch here, stop it right there. Hesht, instead of a lot of guys would just take that puck and throw it in the middle, but Hesht, he throws it off the boards to set up this 3-on-1. Let's roll it there. Now how perfect is this? Now you got three guys. This is played very perfectly over, and then a perfect pass across, and that couldn't be done any better, but it's that pass on the bank pass across off the boards. It's just very impressive. Jochen Hesht does so many good things. It's just beyond me how he stayed in Germany so long. He should have been in the National Hockey League a long time ago.
Bernie, I don't know what they call the national awards for use of telestrators, but I think you're going to win whatever award it is. You're terrific at it.
That's just fun to do. It's fun to do when you see plays like that, and when you guys pass the puck like these guys do, it's just a pleasure to see what can happen. And that's the one thing that I'm sure Jacques Lemaire didn't want, was a turnover in the neutral zone the way that happened, and give three guys that can pass like that a 3-on-1.
When I go home tonight, I'm turning on the computer and going to the internet, and on the search, I'm going to go for International Telestrator Awards, because I want to nominate you. Here come the Blues again. Nash with Nagy in the corner. Now Nagy comes in front, gets knocked down, can't get a shot, bouncing puck. And it is cleared ahead by Laaksonen. Onto the wing for Matt Johnson, and the shot blocked. Good play coming back by Havanoff. Laaksonen loses the puck, and the Blues clear it out. 1-0 Blues. 3 minutes remaining in the second period. You're going to have to let me try that about, late in the season, see if I have the knack at all.
Danny, you're welcome anytime. You just have to reach across me.
Maybe on the road late in the game when it's 6-1, I'll go to the telestrator one night. Johnson, a late hit on Havanoff. The pass up to Nash. Intercepting in center ice. Sakaris, puck shot in offside Minnesota, but a delayed call. Nash from Shevaturkin dumps it in. The Blues make a wholesale change. An opportunity here. Puck cleared up to Gaborik. Now played to Dowd with Bellerin into the Blues zone. Back for the puck, Sean Hill. The Blues out shooting Minnesota now here in the second period, 6-5. The goal by Dimitra, the only goal of the contest. Hill to Mayers. He's forced in deep by Sakaris around far side. Good play there by Minnesota, and then the puck comes loose, and now a little extracurricular activity, and we're going to get a couple of penalties called right here. 2:06 to go, second period. The National Sports Report featuring news, opinions, and highlights from a fresh perspective comes your way tonight after the game. A tribute to John Wooden, 90 years young. Complete League Championship Series coverage and the topper of all toppers, the follow-up on the female kicker on the National Sports Report after the game.
Pavel Dimitra, a very important offensive weapon of this hockey club. Without Michael Handzus in the lineup, he really didn't have what we would call a great start through the first 3 games. A big goal the other night in LA, and now he scores 2 games in a row. And this guy's got as much talent as anybody in the league, and it's so nice to see him to start scoring again.
You know, you mentioned Michael Handzus did skate today, had a light skate before the team's morning skate, and he's going to be involved in the full practice tomorrow, so they're somewhat hopeful, I guess.
He skated hard in practice. I talked to him this morning after it, and he said he felt great. He had no pain in it. He's going to see how it feels tomorrow, but he did skate hard, and he said he pushed himself even though the skate was only for half an hour. Little hand pass there. That's why there's a stoppage in play. Lowe and O'Donnell each get slashing penalties at 17:54. 4-on-4 hockey. Yep, coming up in our intermission, Scott Bellerin will be Dan's guest. We'll go around the NHL, and Bernie and I will be along with second period highlights. That's in a few moments in our second intermission. We're down to 2 minutes, 1 second to go in the second period. The Blues on the night out shooting Minnesota 17-13. Again, 4-on-4 here, which just seemingly gives the Blues a huge advantage. McInnes, Havanoff, Dimitra, and Hesht. Dimitra being chased by Cam Stewart and Antti Laaksonen. Now the Blues at center ice. Dimitra over the line, leaves the puck for Havanoff. Does a good job to take it. Gets a shot away, and that goes wide. 1-0 Blues with 1:30 to go. Second period. Blues unable to keep the puck in. Here's Jochen Hesht. Back to Al McInnes. His pass springs Hesht. Bombardier gets back. Hesht stops the shot, and it deflects wide. Bombardier and Dimitra. The puck up the boards. Hill just on, falls down. The puck to center ice. Stacy Roost for the Wild. Bombardier appears to be just a little bit ahead of the puck as it's carried in offside by Darby Hendrickson, and we're down to 1:04 to go. Second period, 1-0 Blues. Pavel Dimitra with the only goal tonight. And when he's playing well, he's really moving his feet. He's quick. He's as quick as there is in the league. And when he's going, no one can stop him, and that's been his success. He gets his scoring chance because of the great speed that he has all the time. And it's nice to see him chipping in. You can see the effects of his broken nose from the hit in LA the other night.
You play hockey, you're going to get a broken nose or two along the way. Yeah, 2 minutes. Sean Hill to Finley. Under 1 minute to go in the second period. Young and Turgeon up front. Young, remember, was 6 goals in the 4 games on the road to begin the season. Bellerin goes back for the puck. Gets it over to Philippe Kuba. His pass ahead for Sakaris on to Dowd. Bellerin unable to center. He gets taken out. Finley gives the puck to Turgeon. 1-0 Blues. Half a minute to go in the second period. Finley now over to Young. Blues are changing. Young falls down centers and intercepting Scott Bellerin. 20 seconds left in the period. Dowd with a bouncing puck. Able to control it to Bellerin, and it gets away. Havanoff chases Bellerin. Minnesota's changing. Down to 10 seconds left in the period. Here's Turgeon. He's been out there a long while. His pass off of Young. 3 seconds to go. Then O'Donnell and Lowe come out of the penalty box. Bump and shove. They have words, and that is the end of the second period. And the linesmen take care of O'Donnell and Lowe. Shot 7-5 Blues in period 2. Blues lead it 1-0 on a Pavel Demitra goal. Havenoff with 3 each. You know the best way to enjoy Blues hockey? With a group. Groups of 20 or more enjoy discounts for most games, recognition on the scoreboard, and more. And group leaders can earn great premium items like autographed merchandise and free tickets. Now, the Blues have many packages for groups, so call 622-5454 on Monday to get in on the fun. They've got some great group rooms on the upper level, Plaguers Place, Arena Club, Blue Note, trophy rooms, ceiling fans. Well, give them a call Monday and they'll set you and your group up. We're underway in the third period. Dowd gets the puck in. It's centered and unable to get a handle on it is Marian Gaborik, their 18-year-old. Back the other way, Young after the puck. Sean O'Donnell trying to slow him up. Young, a nice move. Then the pass for Dallas Drake. Drake gets bumped by O'Donnell. Gives the puck to Turgeon. He's looking for Young. Can't get the pass through. Turgeon to Young. And the puck will trickle wide. Not much room out in front. And there's a penalty coming up. And yes, it'll be a slashing call. Tonight, the 11 p.m. Regional Sports Report. It's 30 minutes of nightly sports news completely dedicated to the home teams throughout the Midwest. For extended regional highlights and in-depth interviews, catch the 11 p.m. Regional Sports Report Midwest Edition. Tonight only on Fox Sports Net. Preview of Game 3, Cards and Mets. Also a college football preview. And of course highlights of this one, the Blues home opener with the Minnesota Wild.
Very questionable slash there. Jim Dowd not happy with the call, and I don't blame him. There was pretty meek slash there to be called there to start the period, but a good break for the Blues, so they get an opportunity to maybe almost bury the Wild with a second goal.
48 seconds, time of the Dowd slashing penalty. And at center ice, Antti Laaksonen. He's a 27-year-old. Now Walls plays the puck all the way back into his own end.
Demitra could have taken that. He felt that it was a two-line pass. I don't think he realized that it was a pass that
from the Minnesota
player.
The Blues on the power play are 1 for 5. Here's Hesht on with Nagy and Demitra. Havenoff on one point, McInnes on the other. Looking to make it 2-0. Nagy to Demitra. And the puck tipped away. Trying to work into the Blues zone. Stacey Roos does. Kills some valuable time. Both teams changing players. Here's Havenoff. His pass eludes Nagy. And Sekeres loses the puck. Then he steals it back from Turgeon. Gets it again. Then it's stolen. And the puck played by O'Donnell. 46 seconds to go, and the penalty to Jim Dowd. The Blues not able to get any sustained pressure with this man advantage. This is Dallas Drake. Can't make the last move. Nielsen clears the puck out, and here's Sean Hill. Hill makes a nice move there. The pass for Young. Headed to the net. He's in. He fakes. He shoots. And Jamie McClennan makes the great save on Young's backhand attempt for his 7th goal of the season.
Big save there. A nice opportunity. Great pass.
Here's Young flipping the puck in. And it is cleared down the ice by Sean O'Donnell. 10 seconds to go in the Minnesota penalty. A good look there at Jeff Finley, the veteran defenseman. Over to Sean Hill. And the penalty to Dowd is over. Hill able to dump the puck in. Kuba back, having trouble with a bouncing puck. And Nash unable to corral it. Minnesota on the attack. Laakkonen runs into Finley, who ends up going down. Minnesota intercepts. Sutton leaves the bucket for defense. And big Andy Sutton gets it back. The Michigan Tech product. His pass ahead at center ice. Trying to force his way in against Cheva Turkin is Stewart. And a good job by Cheva Turkin on Cam Stewart. Back the other way come the Blues. Hill head manning the puck to Reisner with Mayers and Nash dumping it in. Mayers in the corner with Kuba. They both go down. The puck along the boards, and here comes Stewart again from Minnesota. Playing it into the middle. Barely over the line, and offside is Antti Laaksonen, so that stops play.
Well, the best chance of the game for Scott Young. He's been real hot. And we're going to take a look at it on the wide side. There's going to be a pass right up here. This is Sean Hill. And you're going to see a pass going across into the middle here from Sean Hill as Young cuts right across, right there. And Jamie McLennan playing here. He's going to try to deke him. Big save there as Young was not able to get the puck up. Young tries to go to his backhand to get it up, but Jamie McLennan threw out that big right stick there, was able to make a big save.
Conroy facing off here against Darby Hendrickson, the 28-year-old native of Minnesota. Hendrickson goes down, and the puck will be controlled by the Blues. Havanoff over to Chebaturkin. Pronger not playing tonight, a one-game suspension. The puck shot in by Laaksonen. Back to play as Chebaturkin, and the puck shot down the ice, and retreating for it, Curtis Lesession. Pass for Johnson, tipped by Chebaturkin. There'll be no icing. Chebaturkin has to contend with Laaksonen. Leaves the puck, and Havanoff can't get it out, so Chebaturkin plays it around the near side. Reed Lowe is there. He and Johnson collide, two tough guys, and the Blues are heading in. The puck off Hendrickson, and here comes Conroy. Reed Lowe is with him, and they collide and both go down. And Conroy says, where's my old buddy Pellerin? I knew his moves. Bombardier in front, and the shot wide by Sushinsky. Sushinsky in the corner for Minnesota. To Cam Stewart. Roost is in front of the net. And the Blues intercept. Bryce Salvador. Pass behind Lowe off his skate. Cutting in Roost. Oh, in front Sushinsky has that shot blocked by Havanoff. We're past the 5-minute mark of a scoreless third. The Blues lead 1-0 on a second period Dimitra power play goal. Sushinsky to Stewart. A little cycling of the puck by Minnesota to Sutton. And his shot blocked, and the puck at center ice. Sutton playing the puck to Philippe Kuba. He gets it ahead to Stewart, who dumps it in. Minnesota is changing. McInnes's pass right on the tape of Young's stick from the red line, shooting it in. O'Donnell back. Drake, Young, and Turgeon, the Blues' biggest offensive line. And the Blues lose the puck. This crowd anxious for more than one goal, chanting, "Let's go Blues." Here's Al McInnes. Gets the puck to Drake. He'll shovel it behind the net. Jamie McLennan there. Turgeon feeds in front, and Dowd comes pretty darn close to putting it in his own net as he clears the zone with a pass out of Pellerin's reach. Finley slowed up by Marian Gaborik, and the Blues give the puck to Turgeon. There's been only one shot on goal in 6 minutes and 10 seconds in this period, and the Blues have that shot. Walls will get the puck right back here.
That was a pretty good shot. It was the breakaway by Scott Young, a big save by Jamie McLennan.
Pellerin puts the puck on Nielsen's stick. Running out of room, Jeff Nielsen. Minnesota changing. Hill's pass ahead, gets by Hesh. Bombardier hands the puck to Walls. He loses it, and Dimitra shoots it in. A sellout here at Savvis Center tonight. And Minnesota clears the puck out, and Hill will have to hustle back. The Wild changing on the fly. This is Sean Hill. Well traveled. Center ice, Dimitra over the line with Nagy and Hesh. Oh, Dimitra, nice play, and the pass for Nagy knocked away. Here's Bombardier playing the puck up the boards. Dimitra intercepts. To Havanoff, quick shot off Krivo-Kravtsov's skate. Nagy now for the Blues. Gives the puck to Rieser in front. Dimitra can't get the shot. Check it. It was Chebaturkin, the defenseman, who moved in and centered. Hesh back to the point. Whoa, and that shot by Havanoff wide. Here's Chebaturkin playing the puck behind the net. Decision wraps up his man, Dimitra. Dimitra, Nagy. Hesh out there with Chebaturkin, who backhands the puck to the corner. Havanoff at the other point. And the pass intercepted by Curtis Lesession. And he'll lift the puck out to center ice. Back to play at Alexei Havanoff, and both teams are changing on the move. Havanoff gives the puck to Tyson Nash. He'll flip it ahead for Mayers, turned away by Sutton, and the puck shot into the Blues zone by Matt Johnson. Here's Al McInnes. 1-0 Blues. 8 minutes into the third period here at Savas Center. Mayers roughed up on the boards. A little bump by McInnes, and play stopped as the puck is held. Again, only one shot here in the third period, which is 8 minutes and 4 seconds old.
Things the Blues needed to utilize on Jamie McLennan from last year is they know that Jamie does not handle the puck that well. You'll see it here. He mishandles his puck behind the net, and lucky that Jim Dowd was in front of the net. If there was a Blue player there, it would have been in the net. It would have been 2-0.
The only goal at 15:50 of the second period. Dimitra's second from Drake and Heck, and a fantastic passing play, a power play goal. The Blues, Al McInnes tries to shoot the puck in hard and misses, and Sutton clears it out. And Al McInnes will go back. He's on defense with the youngster Salvador, who does the watching. McInnes does the heavy work. Mayers to Conroy. He sidesteps the check. And a pass too far for Nash, the length of the ice. Kuba touches the puck. That's icing. We check in with Dan McLaughlin.
All right, Ken, thank you very much. We've already seen Dallas Drake in the first few games of this season contribute and do what he does best. He's got toughness. He also has a very good scoring touch. Let's take you back to the first period. Great opportunity off the post. Then he went into a fight. He beat up his man. Then how about this beautiful setup to Pavel Demitra? That setup, that assist to Demitra, his second on the season, has made it 1-0 St. Louis. Dallas Drake is the consummate professional, and a beautiful pickup by Larry Plow. Dallas Drake has been around for a long time. Of course, Blues fans remember him a couple years back as an agitator for the Phoenix Coyotes. Now he's wearing the blue note, and people love to see him here in St. Louis. Guys, back to you.
All right, Dan, you got to like anybody who has as many penalty minutes as games played. Always like that.
Absolutely. I mean, he is really such a great addition to this hockey club. What he does, he's got so many strengths. Danny brought them all up those strengths, and he's not afraid to go in, and he's got a great set of hands. And even Pierre Turgeon, talking to him a couple of different times, he just loves the way he passes the puck.
The Blues, under some pressure, fire the puck into the crowd, and it's no surprise that this is a low-scoring game. You thought, well, maybe the Blues will be able to blow them away, but really the good money was on low scoring with an expansion team coached by Jacques Lemaire coming in.
That's the style that the Wild are going to use all year long. They know they don't have a lot of offense, so they're going to try to play for those 1-0 games. They always want to try to get the first mistake against the other team so that they can capitalize. Blues have played very well defensively, and the one break that the Blues got, they ended up scoring on.
Ready for the face-off. Conroy out there. The big line on for Minnesota with Dowd at center. Pellerin on the left wing. Gaborik on the right wing. The Blues up 30-18 in the face-off department. This is Finley around for Turgeon, who just tips the puck out. Conroy was out there exclusively for the face-off. Drake, Turgeon, and Young up front. Sean O'Donnell advances the puck. Nice little crisp pass. Pellerin gets it from Dowd, shoots it in. And Johnson casually plays the puck to Drake, who casually is bumped by Sekeres. Now Finley able to clear the zone. And the puck for the youngster Gaborik. He loses it. And here's the Blues with Turgeon backhanded it in. Now the Blues are changing. Sekeres as Minnesota changes. He'll let a long one go from the red line. The stop by Johnson, and he'll hold on and gets a little snow in the face there, and that doesn't make the Blues very happy. 10:10 to go here in the third period.
The big difference, we talked about how well Brent Johnson handles the puck too, and that's something that Jamie McLennan really learned a lot off of Roman Turek last year. And the one kid that didn't need to learn a lot from Roman Turek is Brent Johnson. He handles the puck very well. He can shoot it as good as anybody I've ever seen, and he was able to clear the one behind the net, and that's so much help for a defenseman coming back when you know that the goalie's going to set it up, or he's even going to clear it around the boards for you.
Cheva Turkin for Demitra. The puck squirts to center ice. Here's Wes Walz. Played with Boston, Philadelphia, Calgary, and Detroit before ending up here. Havanoff shoots the puck in, but it's offside, so the whistle stops play. Each team with one shot on goal here in a scoreless third at Savvis Center. 9:53 to go in the third. The Blues up 1-0 on Pavel Dimitra's second period power play goal. The Blues have Hesht out there with Dimitra. And at center ice, Nagy, always shaking things up, is Joel Quenneville. Precision back, leaves the puck for Bombardier. The Darby Hendrickson line on, the puck off Johnson. Back to play at Kavanaugh. Hard to believe we've come very near to the 11-minute mark of the period and seen only 2 shots, and that puck goes into the visiting bench across the way. Well, we want to remind you about the NFL this morning. Sunday, boy, it's the tailgate party right here on Fox Sports Net, the most raucous and rocking Sunday morning pregame show anywhere. It's now a full 2 hours of morning madness to get you ready for kickoff. Chris Myers leads the NFL this morning breakfast bunch for Chalk Talk, Trash Talk, Bagels, Donuts, and even comedian Jay Moore. He returns to mix things up again. It's a lot of fun. NFL this morning, Sunday at 9 only on Fox Sports Net. The Blues lead it 1-0. Al McInnes advances the puck. Nash with Reisner and Mayers can't get the puck out. Here's Bryce Salvador. He'll try to clear it out. Cannot get it done. Stewart is number 18 there for Minnesota. They try to get the puck to Sushinsky and they're unable to. And Nash springs it loose. Back to play it is Andy Sutton. He'll smash the puck up the boards to Stewart. Nash runs into him, and here's McInnes over to Salvador. His pass to Nash. He'll tip the puck in. And Kuba clears it out, and it'll go the length of the ice. Salvador back to touch it. A whistle and an icing call against the Minnesota Wild with 8:29 to go here in the third period. You know, Bernie, I can say there's our buddy Bruce Affleck. Good to see Bruce.
Bruce looks like he's having some fun.
Yeah, I think he's pretty relaxed.
Yes, he is.
You know, Bernie, I think somebody's got to be sitting at home saying to themselves, are the Blues sitting back? One, were they nervous at home earlier? Two, you think there'd be any validity to that?
Not really. It's hard to play against a team that doesn't give you the neutral zone. The Blues have not been able to really generate any speed coming to the neutral zone because it's plugged up. And that is the effect that Jacques Lemaire wants his players to have. And that's what makes it very difficult. The only way to beat it is you have to almost circle back and get them backed up to the point where you can come at them with the second time with a full, head of steam. And that's not happening right now. So it's been a very difficult game to play for the Blues.
Not sitting on a 1-goal lead?
No, they're not trying to. No,
I don't think so either.
Can't.
Now the Blues trying to keep the puck in. Turgeon torn down. O'Donnell trying to clear, and he does. Pellerin to Dowd. He's got Gaborik cutting in, but he's got his hands full also. Hill in his face. Boy, I'll tell you something. There have been some crowds around the puck tonight. Loose at center ice. High in the air, and Dowd will control. Leaves the puck on the boards for Pellerin.
Kenny, I guarantee you that Joel Quenneville would like to have 2 or 3 more goals. They're not sitting back on it.
Oh. You really have got a situation with 7:35 to go where Minnesota is very much in this game. Both teams changing. Pellerin slides the puck in deep as he's taken out by Hill. And the puck goes high in the air and into the crowd.
One mistake, 1 goal, and that's all it comes down to. The Blues want to have a record at home that is at least as good as the 27 wins they had last year. You look at the record, it's been darn good. Last season, 14 games over 500. A real good record here at Savvis Center since this new building was built, but they still want to make it better.
Of course, winning the President's Trophy with 114 points last season. The amazing thing about that home record, only 10 losses, and they lost the first 2 at home.
That's right. It's amazing.
They lost only 20 all season.
Absolutely. It's amazing that they won 27 games on the road and only 24 in this building.
To think you play 82 games and lose only 20 times. Down. Hard goes Cheva Turkin. Here's Krivo Kravtsov, and he shoots wide. And that had to get your heart beating. Nagy up to Dimitra. Can't get out. Kavanaugh Havanov with a puck. He and Chevaturkin on defense, and Havanov says, you know, I learned in Russia how to do it if you have to. Send it high in the air about 2/3 of the way down the ice.
It's interesting pairing here. Both Chevaturkin and Havanov playing together. They both speak Russian, obviously, and this might be good for their communication. Joel playing the two of them together.
And they played quite a bit together. Both teams are changing as Havanov shoots the puck in. Decision up the wing for Johnson to Hendrickson. On the near side, he's got Laaksonen. Salvador slows him up, and Al McInnes ends up with the puck. Up the boards, not out. The shot by Sutton and a glove save by Brent Johnson. We're down to 6:26 to go in the third period. 1-0 Blues on Dimitra's goal in the second period. Earlier we had our Postnet.com fan poll. You got to log on at Postnet.com. The question, your reaction to Chris Pronger's one-game suspension. And the majority of you, by quite a large margin, feel that it was unwarranted. Interesting that 1 out of 5 thought the Blues were fortunate it was only one game.
Look at it a lot of different ways, but let's hope they can get through this game with a 1-0 win or better, so they don't miss Chris Pronger too much.
Here's a shot by Nash and the save by McLennan. And we'll have a face-off in the Minnesota zone. Do we have a report on Lubos Barteshko?
Yes, the big hit that we saw early in the second period. He has the facial contusion. He will not be back. But he got that elbow in the side of the face, and hopefully it's just something minor, and that he will be back by the next game on Tuesday night in Detroit.
Face-off. He's got McInnes behind him at the left point. Hendrickson on the face-off. And the Blues, Drake back to the point. McInnes' shot, glove save by McLennan. And he'll hold on for another stoppage in action.
Jamie McLennan has not had much offensive support in the 2 starts that he's had this season. 1 goal. Took the loss in Anaheim 3-1, and they've not scored a goal for him tonight, so he's only allowed 4 goals.
Minnesota,
1-4, it's tough.
In their first 4 games, including this one, have been outscored 11-5. Is not surprising.
And you know what? When you look at them, too, Kenny, 2 wins, 2 losses, and 4 ties in 8 preseason games, so they did pretty good for an expansion team. So they played very well, and they're not getting blown out by any means.
And that, you know, to me, immediately is a reflection of the style they're going to play.
Absolutely.
They figure to be in a lot of games, and they figure to get late in the season and say things like, you know, we were in most of the games, and we lost 42 by just a goal. But that's the definition of a bad team, as the Blues are called for icing. 1-0 Blues, 5:52 remaining here in the third period.
Blues still meet the Minnesota Wild 1-0 down to the last 5 minutes and 52 seconds. Every face-off now, especially in the Blues zone, very important.
One big party here at Savvis Center, and remember the Blues' next game here will be next Thursday with the LA Kings. You know, they'll be anxious to get some revenge for ending up with a tie the other night after losing their 4-0 lead. And then the Blackhawks will be here Saturday, October 21st, and there are only single seats available. Be sure to get your tickets early. Tickets are usually tough to come by as the puck goes out of play, and we'll have another face-off near Brent Johnson.
Well, that gentleman right there, Craig Conroy, is going to be used a lot. He's going to be on the ice for every defensive zone faceoff. Even though he's not taking it right now, he's going to be the right winger on this, but there's 2 center icemen out. Pierre Turgeon, a left-handed center iceman, is going to take the faceoff because it's the left of Brent Johnson. If it would be in the other corner, Conroy would take it towards his backhand towards the corner, but should Turgeon get thrown out, this would be Conroy's faceoff.
Here is Finley to Hill. Up the boards, Young can't get out. Pellerin unable to get a shot away, and Finley clears the zone. Decision. Lifts the puck back in. Hill loses his balance, so Pellerin beats him to the puck. In into the corner for Sushinsky. He's trying to fend off Finley. Turgeon gets the puck and clears it out. Well, I've been very impressed by Minnesota. You know, we saw Anaheim, didn't think much of them. I'd take Minnesota over Anaheim, and they've got Korean Salami.
Well, they stifle you, and if it wasn't for Guy Bear, we understand that the Minnesota Wild would have probably won that game in Anaheim. They just couldn't solve a error. 36 shots on goal, and they only scored the 1 goal.
Knocking the puck down, Havanoff. He knocks it down with a high stick and plays it. Thus the stoppage in play with 4:48 remaining in regulation action. Folks, the National Sports Report featuring news, opinions, and highlights from a fresh perspective comes your way tonight after the game. A tribute to John Wooden, complete coverage of the baseball playoffs, and the female kicker follow-up. That in itself will be worth watching.
See a real lot of clutching and grabbing, I believe, Kenny, the last 5 minutes of this game. It's only 1 goal game. I really believe that the Wild will try to take a little more chances. They'll try to get the puck deep. You'll probably see them forecheck with 2 guys at least now instead of try to go back to that trap, because they're going to try to get a goal now in the last 5.
Minnesota's played so well, you almost sense they'd be in a position to play for a 1-0 loss. But of course, that's kind of a joke, but you almost feel that. But they do. They've got to go all out. You know, lose 2-0, 3-0. It doesn't make much difference what it is. They've got to get a goal and force overtime. Dimitra unable to get the puck in. Nagy sends it back in his own end, and retreating for it, Havanoff. One hand on his stick, which is always dangerous. Can't get the puck out. Havanoff and Krivo-Kravtsov. 4:13 to go. 1-0 Blues. Dimitra gives the puck to Hesht. His pass tipped away. Dimitra works in, goes down, and McLennan ends up with a puck. Then it's centered, knocked away from Dimitra. Krivo-Kravtsov with the outlet pass to Nielsen. Both clubs are changing players. Nielsen sends it back in his own end. Andy Sutton over far side. Kubel gets it ahead. Roost is spun around. Mayers blasts it in. Conroy centering Nash and Mayers. Finley and Hill on defense. Conroy shoots. Jamie McLennan at the post makes the save. Can't hold the puck in front for Conroy from Mayers. A save by McLennan on a puck that ricochets all over the place. And the Blues, Hill in possession. He'll dump it to the defense. Played there by Kuban. Out of the reach of Lakesonen. Hill gets it in. Back for it is Andy Sutton. Now the team's changing on the fly again. 3:10 to go. In the 3rd period, Stewart sends the puck in. McInnes controls up for Turgeon. Ahead for Young, just shovels it in. Turgeon with Drake and Young. Well, they'd love to get a goal here. Make it 2-0. Here's Curtis Leschyshyn. Shoots it in from his side of center. They wave off icing. McInnes spun around. Havanoff falls down, and all the Blues are lucky there because Maxim Shusinski almost took advantage of the opportunity. The puck the length of the ice, touched by Leschyshyn. Icing against the Blues. 2:39 to go in the 3rd. We go to Dan McLaughlin.
Well, guys, only 15 shots tonight for Minnesota. Chris Pronger is on the lineup, but Brent Johnson has not seen much rubber. It's been new faces tonight. The defense has been very good, led by Chebaturkin. He's been all over the place. He, along with Havanoff, have been paired up. Then a newcomer, Bryce Salvador, doing a good job as well. We knew Sean Hill was going to be very good. He has lived up to the expectations so far. We're only through 5 games, and then Havanoff has been very good. That's a play just recently in the corner. He's been very physical, along with Chebaturkin. And the new faces on defense, guys, have been very impressive. Something that the Blues wanted to improve upon after the playoffs last season. Team toughness, a little better defense. They've got that tonight.
Absolutely, Danny, and those kids have done a great job defensively. You take Chris Pronger out of the lineup, you get a little concerned, but it's been a great job by the defense. They've all used each other. The pairings have been good. You've got Al McInnes still anchoring everything. And of course, you've got Jeff Finley that has been very steady the whole time, too.
And the Blues sent Mike Van Ryn, the 21-year-old defenseman who played the season opener in Phoenix and did not play after that, to Worcester. And they clearly just want him to play regularly. He's got a lot of talent, and it looks like he'll have an excellent career in the NHL.
Absolutely, Ken. He's going to be a real good one.
Here's McInnes to Salvador. Hecht on the left wing. Conroy at center. Dimitra on the right wing. And Conroy goes off. He was on for the faceoff, replaced by Nagy. Decision up the boards. Nagy intercepts to Dimitra. Hecht in front. Dimitra can't get the puck there. Hecht behind the net, loses it to Decision. And the puck cleared out. Here's Al McInnes. The shots in this period, 4-3 Blues. Hecht can't work it in. Hendrickson on the far side for Nielsen, stopped by the Blues, and the puck goes out of play. We have 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the third period.
Salvador has been pretty steady. We didn't see much of him in LA the other night, Kenny, but tonight we're seeing a lot more of him. Forced him to play a little more because of the suspension to Chris Pronger. So the Blues have done a good job with a defense that's really all new to Joe Gringo, a system that's all new to this defense.
There's Pavel Dimitra with a black eye from the broken nose Wednesday night in Los Angeles. He has the only goal of the game. It came at 15:50, a power play goal in the second period.
You will see now the Minnesota defense, I believe, jump up with the play. They'll pinch along the boards now because they're going to try to get some pressure in the offensive zone.
Minnesota Wild hoping to pick up their first win ever here tonight. O'Donnell gets the puck ahead to Stewart. He'll one-hand it in. Hill goes back. Finley's a little bit surprised. Now Hill gets the puck again. Well, I'll tell you something. There hasn't been much room everywhere, not just in this neutral center ice area. Look at the forechecking. Gaborik. And the Blues able to get the puck out. They lead it 1-0. A minute and a half remaining in the third period. Both teams changing. The puck shot in here by Roost. Clear to the corner to McInnes. Off the boards. Mayers can't get it out. Bombardier able to stay up, pinching a bit. Bellerin spun around. Roost poke checked. And the Blues clear the puck out. It'll go down the ice. Decision back. It fails to reach the end red goal line. No icing. Mayers, Hecht, and Nash on for the Blues. Long pass for Bellerin off his stick. McInnes' pass intercepted. He's on with Havanoff. Under a minute to go in the third period. Here's Decision. We'll keep an eye on Jamie McLennan. The Blues lead it 1-0. 50 seconds to go. McLennan inching towards the bench. Drake battles Sushinsky, who gets the puck in. Man open in front. Bellerin. The pass out of his reach. An extra attacker for Minnesota. They've pulled their goalie. The puck behind the Blues net. Far side. O'Donnell pinches in. Hendrickson spun around. Open net at the other end. McInnes clears the puck out and down the ice. Here's O'Donnell. 25 seconds to go. 19,576. A sellout here. Havanoff to the open net. He scores! Alexei Havanoff. He is excited. The 28-year-old rookie with his first National Hockey League goal. He looks like they just won the Stanley Cup.
That is absolutely wild. He took both his gloves, threw them on the ice, threw his stick, held up number one. First goal of the season, first goal of his career. He had an assist the other night, and at 28 years old, this has got to be a dream come true as he just dumped this into the empty net. I'm sure he's going to be making a lot of phone calls back to Russia tonight, Kenny. That's a big goal, and this should seal it for the Blues.
By the time they hear about this in Russia, it'll sound like he scored on a breakaway.
That's exactly it. He deked the goalie twice, went around the net, and shoved it in on the short side.
Unassisted, Havanoff an empty netter. McLennan back in, 7 seconds to go. Boy, what a hard-earned win for the Blues tonight. The battle in the corner, 1 second, and that'll do it. The Blues win it, 2-0. A 2-0 win over the Minnesota Wild. Some hard feelings here at the end of the game, but things seemingly will calm down quickly. So Minnesota, after 4 games, 3 losses and a tie, and the Blues, after 5 games, have themselves 3 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie, thanks to this 2-0 win.
And a shout out for Brent Johnson. He's got to be excited about that. a hard-fought victory. We knew that the Wild were going to play that defensive style. They weren't going to give the Blues a lot of opportunities. A big opportunity by Pavel Dimitri to score a goal, a nice play, and it was just beautifully played game.
So Brent Johnson with his first NHL shutout will return in a moment.
Vikram shows you I'm up, so how good